by morning, Amarillo's on my mind.
All right, we're excited to bring on a third guest, and then we're going to have a fourth one here in a second. Hopefully he will stumble his way over, but I'm adding to the stage right now Eric Adair. Eric is an Army veteran. I served with him for about 3 years, and Eric is the namesake, Cedric, of an award you won 2 years ago. He is the namesake of the Eric Adair Veteran in Film Award. Eric, I want to talk to you really quickly about why did you agree to have your name on this award? Why did this matter to you?
Well, it's quite an honor, BZ. When you got out of the Army, so we served together, like you introed us earlier. I was so proud of you when you went to college and then got into film, started your own production company. It was just very proud. And then when I got that call that day to, hey Eric, you want to be a sheriff in a horror movie? That was awesome. So, and I'm a live action star now. So no, I was very proud.
Well, that's great to hear. I appreciate that. And we're excited to actually now bring onto the stage Mark Wasserman, who his film Herbie is this year's winner. But you two guys go way back. Mark, what was the first thing you thought of when I said Eric Adair's name? Please tell everybody the story. We used to be crazy in Twitter. Let me just say that.
The first thing I thought of was something we said to each other after we were having, I don't know how many shots, bubblegum shots that I made, bubblegum shots. And after umpteen of those, we toasted each other and said, you know what's better than this shot? The next one. But we said it in tandem.
And then they no look high fived, guys. It was there was a lot. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Mark, you are the winner of this year's Eric Adair Award. So life, I guess, goes full circle when it comes to that. So just tell us all a little bit about like Herbie and kind of, you had two big messages with that movie and what you guys were trying to get across. And I think you did a great job doing it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And it was, we were taking on the very serious subject of PTSD in vets and cannabis use. And, trying to tackle something without getting too overly political at all and demonstrating that there's countless number of vets out there who can benefit so much from cannabis instead of other pills, and basically making it a love story between my vet character and that plant that ultimately he had to nurture back to life because he found the plant when he was in the dumpster. And it was a half dead plant, and he was getting ready to off himself. And he nurtures that plant back to health. It grows, and and then someone comes in and tries to steal it and all that. But at the end of the day, he gets his cannabis, and he can live, pain-free and comfortably with the proper medication. So those two components were very important to us to get across.
Yeah, and I think one of the things awesome, Mark, is through your work in, I tell people, ask me like, who's your friend that's all over Instagram? And I'm like, well, he's like the preeminent legal weed attorney in LA. And you work with vets about this. And like you were saying, it's kind of a weird third rail because it's still federally illegal, but in some states it's legal. It's kind of a weird spot, but this is actually something working with vets that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Through my work in social media, where, we now have like 3 to 4 million followers across all platforms. And we've been lucky enough to work with like Wounded Warriors, Weed for Warriors, and a bunch of different veteran groups that we've not only represented and helped with certain things, and we help them get medication donated to them by, we represent a lot of cannabis companies. And like in California, there's a certain structured way now to at least get them their medicine without them having to pay taxes and pay for it and getting it donated. But there's so much red tape, and there's so much it shouldn't be that way. And so with our work with these vets, we've been able to help out and make some change.
Well, I think great job. And I should like to point out too, that we had a feature winner as well. And that was the movie Turmoil, that was made by an actual Iraq war veteran who wanted to write about some of the same things from his own perspective. He also works in the medical industry. So I think it was interesting that we had two films to go that kind of dovetail the same way, Mark. So thank you so much for that. I'm going to take you off the stage for a bit and have you hang on because you'll be back on in a few minutes.
Oh, okay.